Hey guys, welcome back to Hands On channel. I thought today we'd do a quick update video on the SHTF Victory Garden that's back here behind me. We've been doing quite a bit of work. We've moved a few things around, and I thought I'd bring you in here and show you a couple of things I forgot to mention last time. One of those things is you can see these boxes right here. And we'll go ahead and get up here and get a closer look. Basically, these are old pallets, that crate boards that a buddy of mine gave me, and I talked about them in the last video, but I wanted to pull you in here and show you what we're doing. As you can see, we're using some old plastic in here. We've stapled that up to the sides. We've saved a lot of this stuff, you know, and there have been a few times when I've wondered to myself, am I hoarding this stuff, this old plastic, or am I, going to ever use this stuff? Well, as it turns out, I needed it this year. And the idea here is that, of course, this is probably a treated material. Probably has some sort of a treating, anti-rotting agent that they put on there, I would assume. I don't know what it is, but it might not be safe for your food and your vegetables. Another thing that we've learned over the years of gardening is that when you throw dirt directly up against the wood, it acts like a sponge. So when you water your plants, it just sits there and helps, to promote decay and rot and stuff like that. And then, of course, the termites come along when they have that nice moist wood to munch on. They come in here and tear it up. So the idea is here we've created a barrier that the dirt will press up against and hold that plastic in place. Of course, there's a few staples holding it in. And down here on the bottom, we've upcycled some of this material. If you follow the channel for a while, you know that I've put in quite a bit of this hardy board siding. Well, some of these pieces were so small that we were just going to throw them away. And my wife had the great idea of, hey, let's line the bottom here of these boxes so that it'll keep the gophers and hopefully the Bermuda grass and the gophers will stay out of here. At least that's the idea. So to make this look a little better and work for our spacing, we basically use this. These are a rough face block that, you would use them on framing up the foundation of a house or something like that, a cinder block. But it's got one rough face that's like stone on the outside. So the idea here is that we're going to fill this center section up, and then we'll be able to plant these individually. I told my wife, if she wants to put flowers in there or whatever, I'm fine with that. Might make it nice. But, again, I just wanted to give you an update because I didn't feel like I kind of went over a lot of this stuff of how we're actually doing it. These pallet boards here, they were the ends of the crates. And basically what I did, I just used the existing material that it was, and you can see how I overlapped it here, right here. So this piece here is all one piece, and then this piece here was all one piece. Of course, it's a bunch of boards screwed together or nailed together. And what I did was I took some long screws and ran through this way, and a couple in the ends here too, just to, square it all up and make it nice and tight. But I am really happy with this. I think these things are going to hold up for many, many years. They're not going to last forever, but I bet I get 5 years out of them easy. So I just wanted to do a little quick update here. We'll pan around. I'll show you kind of what's going on. You can see there the tomatoes and the peppers and other things are coming up there in those gray cabinets, looking pretty nice. We're starting to get some little sprouts over here. That's okra, and I didn't even mention what was in this bed last time, but that's all okra in this bed. And we're going to try this year to do some pickled okra. We've never done that, and I've never even eaten it. But I hear people really like it, and it's one way that maybe we can preserve some of our crops for next year and for later on. Over there under the cage, we've got some strawberries going. They tend to do pretty well here. These two sprigs here sticking up right there by the middle, those are asparagus. We transplanted those over. And I should show you this thing here. I think it's pretty cool. We had these deals, I don't even know what to call them, like lattices or trellises or something. We took it apart and we came up with a couple of these things. Let me just grab one and show you. I looked over and saw this thing and I thought, hey, that would be perfect. Whoops. That would be perfect to set right in the back here. I think I had it the other way before, like this. Yes. So we would set this right here in the back and possibly screw them on. I might not need to screw them on. We'll see. But the idea is this will sit back here at the very back, and then that'll give our beans, because we're going to put beans in these boxes here. That'll give our beans something to grow up on. And I've actually got a couple of those. We talked about like doing them vertical where they're standing up taller and then leaning into each other like a kind of like a teepee or a A-frame house or something would be. But the point of this, guys, is use what you've got. I think this is going to turn out to be a pretty beautiful garden, especially once the leaves and the vegetables and everything are flowing out of the top of those things like nobody's business. So we've got potatoes over here. We moved our potato boxes. If you watched the first video, one of those boxes was sitting over here where this wooden box is, but we thought this would look more attractive. So we wanted this out on the front side of our garden so that, you know, when we're looking at it, it'll be pleasing to the eye. And all of our hard work is starting to pay off. Oh, I didn't really mention this the other night, or the last time I made the video on the garden here, I didn't really mention it, but a couple of nights ago, we hit freezing temperatures. And we had to take some plastic and drape it across the top of this thing here, that white box. For lack of a better term, it's more of a cream color, but we draped some plastic across that and then put some blocks on the corner so it wouldn't blow off. And the other one back there, we actually have, for the gray one, we actually have an old screen door or a glass door. So we stuck that on top of the thing and then put some plastic over the side so that it would be, you know, it would be protected from the freezing cold temperatures. So one of the things that's great about a raised box like this is they're a lot easier to deal with, especially when you got baby plants in them like this, because you really don't even need to worry about making a big loop or a hoop up over the top of them. But you could if you were in the climate, you know, where you had freezing temperatures much later into the year. And so my point is you could actually turn these things into little greenhouses, and that would allow you to start your plants a little bit earlier than you would if you just planted them in the ground. So guys, I hope you like this content here, and I'm just going to do a little couple of quick updates like this, show you guys along the way how it's going. And the next video in the series, we're going to address backyard chickens, and mainly, more specifically, chicks, because I must admit I'm pretty proud. One thing I'm proud of the American people during all this crisis that I've seen is that almost everywhere I've gone, and I've seen several news articles on this, the chicks are almost sold out nationwide. I mean, they're kind of hard to come by right now. And, you know, I don't know why, it never really occurred to me before, but the other night, I was thinking, after I got the chickens here at the house, I was thinking, you know, livestock. And I just kind of broke that word down and really thought about it. And I thought, you know, I never really thought about the stock part of it, but it's just as valuable, if not more valuable, than having money in the stock market right now. So I suggest you build a garden, you build a victory garden, prepare for anything, you know, and it's basically the prepper motto that, you know, you expect the worst, hope for the best. That's always my philosophy. So guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Stay prepared. Long live the Constitution. Until then, we'll see you next time.